Welcome everyone, and welcome into Klis Mike Drop, another edition of training camp here for the Broncos. And look who dropped in to Klis Mike Drop for my special guest, Scotty Gange.
I like being on your show, Mike. This is very fun.
How about that? So let me try what you do. Let's play Scotty Gange. Scotty, what's been your favorite part of camp? And it doesn't have to be football.
Well, if it doesn't have to be football, it's the sandwiches they brought in a couple of times.
Yeah, there you go.
The favorite part of camp, at least for me, is for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been a hopeful process here. Fans have been hoping the Broncos can be good. This year, there's a level of confidence. The players are walking tall. You know there's really good guys on both sides of the ball, so now it's just more so excitement. Like, let's see what this team can do. We know they're going to be solid on the field.
You know, they've had some national media. The national media has returned to Broncos training camp. They stayed away for a couple of years after they put together 9 consecutive losing seasons. But, you know, Jay Glazier was in there, going to be a good team. Ian Rappaport's been in here, said it's going to be a good team. Looks like they hit with the quarterback. Yeah. And that's kind of where it starts.
I listen to Mike Klis only, and Mike Klis says it's going to be a good team, so that's where I go.
Yeah, I'm going. Last year I said 11-6. They fell a little short as far. Everyone's talking about they met expectations.
You said last year 11-6 or 6-11.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I had it covered. And you know what? Every football season can kind of go that way, really. I mean, depending on injuries. And the one thing that I'm a little skeptical about with this team is, I think a lot of the raised expectations are from the people that they acquired in the offseason. You know, Dre Greenlaw, who, by the way, has made a difference. Talanoa Hufanga, Evan Ingram. All these
J.K.
guys,
Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. All these guys got a injury history, though. So if they stay healthy, they're going to be good.
They've rolled the dice on all 4 of those major offseason acquired, guys. So.
And I tell you what, one person else that we talked to for this podcast was Sai'Vion Jones. You know, there's been a lot of talk. Cortland Sutton got his new contract, 4-year, $92 million extension, in which really only 1 year and $26 million of that is guaranteed. But still, if you're Cortland, you're not turning down $26 million guaranteed. Then you got Nick Benito. And there's been talk of Zach Allen, and there's talk of John Franklin Myers, who's kind of kicking and screaming on social media. But they drafted Sai'Vion Jones in the 3rd round this year. You can almost see, if you're going to be good, I don't know if you can pay everyone all the time. And Sai'Vion Jones can do a lot to help, you know, maybe replace these guys, a cheaper alternative than what JFM. But what have you seen from the front line?
Oh, the front line is exciting. I mean, we were talking to Nick Benito earlier. I said, man, when you look down, you see JFM, you see Zach Allen. He just says it's so thrilling to watch those guys. I'm excited to see them get after it a little bit in San Francisco. We don't know how much they're going to play. But if you've got, you know, the line working, we saw it in the Eagles against the Chiefs last year, you're doing just fine.
And Sai'Vion Jones is going to be a good addition because of the southern Louisiana food, the Cajun food, that he's going to bring to the Broncos, and he talked about that, among other things, when we had a chance to talk with Sai'Vion Jones earlier this year. What'd you think when the Broncos drafted you in the 3rd round?
I mean, definitely unexpected. Didn't see it coming, but I mean, it's like they always say, it's always the team that you least expect to draft you. So,
why least expected when you had Jamar Cain?
I mean, you know, just not a lot of contact throughout the combine and everything, but I mean, after you get drafted, you learn that they already knew everything about you, so there's no need for them to contact you.
You're from Vacherie, Louisiana. I see that the elevation is 15 feet. A little lower than 5,280 feet. How was that adjustment for you?
I mean, I would say it's that difficult, and I mean, the 15 feet actually comes from the levee, so we're really below sea level. Yeah. So, but you know, going from negative sea level to a mile high, I would say it's been difficult, but I've been able to cope with it pretty good.
Now, you had 3 events in track, the javelin, I believe, the shot put, I believe, but high jump. Usually those 3 don't go together. Tell us about your high jumping skills.
Okay, so it's shot put, discus, and high jump, and I also ran the 400.
Okay.
But I mean, you know,
that's an athlete now.
Yeah, it's an athlete. The high jump, you know, it wasn't really my thing, but I mean, I could have jumped pretty high. My only problem was getting doing that. So
the Fosbury, bend? Or?
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me, but I mean, you know, I just did all the events because it was fun to me, to be honest.
6'6"? What'd you get?
Yeah.
You got 6'6"
Mm-hmm.
on the high jump. Okay. Tell us about what the toughest thing you've had to learn so far about the transition from college to the NFL.
I say the toughest thing is, you know, when you're in college, you know, they when you go from high school to college, they stop to wait for you and everything. You know, when you get here, they're not stopping. You got to catch up. That's the main thing that I learned out here. You know.
Okay.
Now you got vets. I'm thankful for the vets I got right now because they've been helping me out a lot throughout this process. But you know, like I said, ain't nobody slowing down for you. You got to catch up to them. DJ Jones, we talked to him last week, and he said that you're going to be special. You're long, you work hard, you're physical, but you're learning. What is it that you're learning? You know, I'm just learning to just being in the NFL completely. What is on the field or off the field. You know, how to uphold myself. You know, what they expect from me. Like, for example, one thing the vets was mainly telling me, they're not looking for playmakers. They're looking for people to do their job and to execute it whenever they're out there. And I think that's just one of the main things I picked up because especially since with me being a rookie, you know, you don't get as much reps as the vet does. So, you know, every rep that you do counts.
So thank you to Sai'Vion Jones, one of the more charismatic. They've got a few of them.
Good characters on this team.
Q Robinson, you know, he's a nice character.
Boy, is he
too.
a force too. I shook his
Yeah.
hand. I felt like I had to go to the doctor after I shook his hand.
Oh yeah. You know, Sean Payton has kind of reshaped this team a little bit. It's got more, to me, it's got more men up front, and I think they're going to be able to play a physical brand of ball. I do think they're also stronger in the receiver. Have you had a chance to see much of the receiver? Because I think, there goes Bo Nix walking by, I think he's going to have more weapons besides this Cortland this year.
I'm a big fan of Pat Bryant. We got to talk to him. We've aired our interview on 9 News a few times before. You know, thinking of a guy like Pat Bryant where you say, man, he was really good at Illinois. I'm really impressed by him here already, both as a person and as a player. And he's probably entering the season as wide receiver number 5, number 6. I mean, Marvin Mims broke out at the end of last season. Troy Franklin scored that touchdown in Buffalo. Maybe that might give him some mojo going into the year. Bo's going to have some weapons, where last year it was, boy, maybe he can throw it up to Cortland. This year, I don't know, there's a nicer vibe around it.
Yeah, 5. I hadn't considered that, but let's go through it. You've got Cortland, number 1. Vele's, he's been nursing some injuries. I'm not sure he's going to be 100%, but just because it's been up and down injury-wise. But let's put him number 2. Marvin Mims, number 3, even though he might be number 2. Troy Franklin's coming on 4. You're right. Pat Bryant 5, but he's a number 5 receiver who's going to play.
Right, and then you think of the backfield. You've got 47 running backs on this team, and a number of them can catch passes out of the backfield. You know, J.K. Dobbins is a strong runner. Jaleel can really do a good job in the passing game.
Channel 9 and Channel 20, we're going to have the Broncos preseason games again this year. You're going to be a big part of it on the sidelines. What do you look forward to in the preseason? Because that's a little different.
Oh, it's totally different
than what we see out here.
I think what's different this year is last year it was all about Bo Nix. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. This year it's just the supporting cast. And I think it's also going to be fun in our broadcasts. I mean, we've talked to so many of the big name Broncos that will air in the preseason games. We're going to get to talk to some of the players during the games on the sideline, which will be new for us this year. We've had a bit of a hiatus from that a few years past. But I just think, I don't know, it's going to be fun to go to San Francisco, see Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga return to their old home, and then get to see what
DJ Jones, too.
DJ Jones, too.
He was the highest paid Bronco offseason signee, more than Hufanga, more than Greenlaw, more than Ingram, and then Cortland. Cortland surpassed him a little bit. But, you've got the San Francisco game. The other thing about this year, too, about this year's team, pay attention after the starters leave, you know, after the first quarter, early in the second quarter. Because I think the number 2s and the number 3s, there's more quality there. They're going to play more this year.
They're going to play more this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Broncos scoring a lot of points this year as well. I mean, they have, like we said, a long up and down roster filled with depth, which 2 years ago they didn't. And so it's going to be fun this year, and on an entertainment basis as well. We've got some cool things planned for the broadcast throughout the games, pre-game, post-game too, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, we got a pre-game show starring Scotty Gange.
Starring Mike Klis.
And then in-game
Yep.
presentation, the game, but you'll be on the sidelines.
Yep, with players, with Coach Sean Payton, all that.
You'll come out at halftime, have a little something.
Yep.
And then post-game, you'll be interviewing players
live in the locker room. We'll do a post-game show, the whole 9 yards.
Do a post-game show.
Yeah.
So really, this preseason, you want to keep it at 9 News.
Yeah.
Right?
I think every single season, keep it at 9 News, but
Right
especially in the preseason, it's going to be fun.
What do you think the Broncos are going to finish this year?
Ooh.
Give me you've asked me.
I
am
Mike, on your own show. You put me on the spot.
I am 11-6 and win a playoff game.
I'll go 10-7 just because their schedule is really hard. Really hard this year, I think.
No more NFC South.
No more NFC South where they beat them all. Yeah,
By 22.
They're going to Philly.
Yeah.
They're going to Washington, right? I'm going to go 10-7 and win a playoff game. Sneak into the playoffs at 10-7. It's happened a number of times before. Win a playoff game too, and surprise some people in the playoffs.
And what about Bo this year?
I think Bo's going to be really good. There's that talk of the sophomore slump, and everyone's worried about it.
Yeah.
Bo plays quarterback. He's not a special runner guy. He can run, but he's so smart, and we've talked to him. He's prepared to. I think he'll be just fine.
If he struggles, and there might be a couple games. Every quarterback goes through a period where they struggle. The running game will be there.
Running game will be there. So he has that. He has more weapons, like we've talked about. He's coming back a full offseason of not being a rookie and doing 47 events. I'm excited about what Bo can do.
Scotty, this is the best Klis Mike Drop podcast yet.
I'm glad I got to be in your show.
Thanks for joining me and picking me up and making it exciting for a change. Hey, tune in next week. We'll be talking to some more Broncos on here. May or may not have Scotty drop in. But thanks a lot, everybody, for paying attention and on Klis Mike Drop, and we'll see you again next week.